Contract disputes can have serious financial and legal consequences for businesses and individuals alike. When one party fails to fulfill their contractual obligations, it can trigger a complex legal process with significant stakes. Understanding contract claims and the available legal remedies is essential for anyone who enters into agreements. A contract is fundamentally an agreement that creates legal obligations between parties. For a contract to be legally valid, it must include three critical elements: mutual assent, where all parties understand the terms, a clear offer and acceptance, and consideration, which is an exchange of something valuable. While written contracts provide stronger evidence, agreements can also be verbal or even implied through actions. When a contract is breached, the injured party has access to various remedies. These remedies fall into two main categories: legal and equitable. Legal remedies typically involve monetary compensation and can take several forms. Compensatory damages aim to reimburse the injured party for direct losses. Consequential damages address secondary effects that result from the breach. Liquidated damages are predetermined amounts specified in the contract itself. Equitable remedies, on the other hand, require specific actions rather than monetary payment. These might include rescission, which cancels the contract, or reformation, which modifies the terms to reflect the party's true intentions. For a contract breach to exist legally, four elements must be present: a valid contract formation, enforceable performance terms, failure by one party to perform their obligations, and resulting injury to the other party. Contract claims come in several forms. A standard breach occurs when a party fails to fulfill obligations through non-performance, delayed performance, or substandard work. Breaches can be classified as material or minor. A material breach significantly impacts the purpose of the contract and may allow the non-breaching party to terminate the agreement entirely. A minor breach, while still actionable, does not substantially harm the contract's purpose. An anticipatory breach happens when one party indicates they will not fulfill their obligations before the performance deadline arrives. This allows the other party to take legal action in advance. Claims can also arise from fraud or misrepresentation, where one party provides false information to induce the agreement. Additionally, many contracts include an implied duty of good faith, and violations of this principle can result in legal claims. Government contract claims operate under distinct rules, primarily governed by the Contract Disputes Act. These claims have specific filing deadlines, typically within 6 years of when the claim arises. The process begins with a contracting officer's decision and may proceed through specialized dispute resolution channels if not resolved. Claims exceeding $100,000 require certification attesting to their accuracy and good faith basis. Understanding these procedures is crucial for businesses working with government contracts to avoid procedural errors that could invalidate their claims. When evaluating a contract claim, attorneys first determine whether a valid contract exists. This requires proving that one party proposed specific terms that the other accepted, creating a meeting of the minds. Written contracts provide the clearest evidence of formation, though verbal agreements and implied contracts can be valid but more difficult to prove. Next, the attorney examines whether the agreement is legally enforceable, which requires detailed terms and clearly specified responsibilities. Contracts requiring illegal acts are unenforceable. Finally, the attorney must prove that a breach actually occurred through a failure to perform contractual obligations. Many contract disputes are resolved through alternative dispute resolution methods to avoid costly litigation. Mediation involves a neutral third party helping negotiate a mutually acceptable resolution. Arbitration is a more formal process where an arbitrator renders a decision outside of court. Direct negotiation between parties without third-party involvement is also common. These methods are typically faster, less expensive, and more confidential than traditional court proceedings. Preventing contract claims starts with proactive management practices. Clearly defined, unambiguous terms that address potential contingencies help avoid misunderstandings. Maintaining detailed records of performance, communications, and any modifications provides evidence if disputes arise. Regular compliance monitoring ensures all parties adhere to their obligations, including dispute resolution clauses and contracts establishes procedures for addressing conflicts. Having qualified attorneys review contracts before signing helps identify and mitigate potential risks. Understanding contract claims and remedies enables businesses and individuals to protect their interests when entering agreements. By recognizing the elements of valid contracts, knowing available remedies, and implementing preventive measures, parties can minimize the likelihood of disputes and be better prepared when they do occur. Proper contract management is not just about legal compliance. It's a fundamental business practice that can save significant time, money, and resources.